This right here is a Poulan chainsaw. Not too familiar with these, but my neighbor gave it to me. He said it starts up and then runs at a full throttle, and then when you give it a little bit of throttle to bring it down to an idle, it just kills the whole thing. So today we're gonna see if we can fix that, and if I get it running perfectly, it's mine to keep. So I guess we'll get right into it. Start off by taking off these little bolts right here on the top. I lied. First we're gonna see if it runs. So as you guys could see, it did start up. It didn't run quite at full throttle, but it was very close. Now, my neighbor already replaced fuel lines, so I believe it is the carburetor running too rich with too much fuel. And so right now, it's giving it as much fuel as it would be when you have it at full throttle. But when you give it even more, it just bogs down because there's not enough air because it's clogged out by fuel. So right now I'm just taking out these screws to get to the top of the cylinder and hopefully get to the carburetor. Air filter looks good. It's nice and clean. It's got one little spot on it, but other than that, it looks pretty good. So I started it up again just to get another look at it. And this fuel bulb right here shot fuel out. So I believe that might have to be replaced too, or the little seal around it. But for right now, I'm just gonna keep going on the original plan because it wasn't leaking while it was running. And it was running at full throttle when I started it up again. So that kind of reinforces my idea of it having way too much fuel. So yeah, I'll just take off this side cover and I guess we'll go from there and see what else we find. Yep, there's definitely a hole in this fuel bulb. Well, like I said earlier, I'm not familiar with these saws, and if you can see right here, there are these holes. Now I believe that right there is just an easy access point that you can get to even with this stuff on from outside the saw, so you can just adjust it while you're out there on the job. Now I believe I could just maybe tighten or loosen that. Don't remember which, we'll just see what works. But I think that right there could be the key to fixing the saw. So it is the next day. I pulled off the chain just to be safe. Now, I did some research on this fuel bulb. You can't actually just replace the bulb. You have to buy the whole assembly. So I ordered a few of those just to have some backup too. So those are coming in tomorrow. While I wait, I am just cleaning up the saw. I did pull the plug, or the spark plug. It doesn't look too bad. It's definitely got a little bit of oil on it, but it's all good. So it's been another day. I just got the fuel bulbs in. You couldn't really order just normal fuel bulbs. I think I said it before, but you have to buy the whole assembly for it. I think it's a way for many homeowners, like a marketing thing, so that they'll just buy a new saw or buy the whole part off of the website instead of like doing an easy replace. Just because this saw is marketed for a lot of homeowners. So what I'm going to do real quick is just take off this right here. And it's got 2 little Allen screws. I'll take those out. And from there, I guess I'll just get the fuel bulb removed. Alright, so as you guys can see right here, I got it out. I do have to take off these fuel lines. Now, I have tried before and they're really hard to get off, but I think I can just get a flathead screwdriver and take them off that way. Just like that. There we go. Got the fuel bulb off. The lines don't seem to be leaking, which is good, because there's no priming on it right now. Now, if I open up this package right here, I've not seen these yet. These are just cheaper Chinese little fuel bulbs. They were like $6.99 for 5 of them. So, you can't really pass up a deal that good. Let's see how quality these are. Oh, nice. They are clear. Don't look too bad. So, I'll just see if I can throw these on. Oh, nice. Way better. There we go. Alright. So I guess that works. I'll get this all screwed back together. Then I guess we can start playing with the carburetor. Or at least seeing if this makes it run a little bit less lean. So as you guys saw there, it did start up. Now it didn't have any resistance from the chain being off, but it started up. And it wasn't quite able to get up to a full rev, and it took a while for it to get high in the RPMs. So what I'm going to do is right now just adjust the idle speed and the low speed. I'm not going to mess with the high speed just yet, but honestly, if that's not it, I think we got a bigger issue in the carburetor. Alright, so I've done a little bit of tuning. We're going to see if it makes it any better. If not, got some tools here. And, yeah, we'll just keep tuning it till it gets to where it should be. So after many failed attempts, my guess is that we either have a bad fuel filter or we have a bad gasket going from the carburetor to the crankcase or to the cylinder. So what I'm going to do now is just take a look at those two things, and that very well could be our problem. I may have just found the problem. So there's no seal between the carburetor and the air filter housing. So that could be the issue right there. Now, this seal right here is also in terrible shape. So I gotta disassemble all these wires, get the carburetor out, and then I'll unscrew this so that we can see the cylinder entrance and see what's going on there. I just got this seal that was on the carburetor, and this thing is done. Just look at this. This is the thick part of it. Right in half. It's just, that thing's been done for years. So, we got that. Then, these little pins in here are loose. I gotta check on that. But, from here, I think we can get right into the entrance to the cylinder. Alright, so I got this off, but I had to go because we saw a fox attacking our chickens. We did lose one, but it is what it is. Anyways, so I got this off. It's super dirty, and this gasket is also done. And so if you can see that little notch right in there, I believe that right there, combined with this dead gasket over here, is what was making the engine run super lean. Now, I still do have to check the fuel filter, but for now I'm going to get this all cleaned up and order a bunch of new gaskets tonight. I got the fuel filter right here. It was clean, but the little smudges on it are from my fingers. So I don't think this right here is the issue. But yeah, so now what I'm gonna do is, I guess, just order those new seals, and hopefully once I throw those on, this thing will run like it should. So it's been a few days, and I was scouring the internet for just 2 replacement seals, and there was nothing. And so after probably about an hour of looking, I came across a cheap Chinese Amazon, like, supposedly OEM part, but it was like a whole carburetor set. But hopefully it's pretty nice. So it just came in a few minutes ago, and I guess we'll see how it looks. That's actually pretty nice. So air filter right here, 2 fuel filters, new spark plug, pretty nice of them. Oh, carburetor seals right in here. That's what I've been waiting for. So definitely replace this dirty thing with this clean one. Anyways, 2 fuel filters, pretty nice. I might throw one of these on. Depends on if there's anything else in the fuel. Fuel lines. There we go. That's what I needed. But yeah, fuel bulb, fuel lines, like I said before, and the carburetor. I'm honestly thinking I might just throw this entire carburetor on. Yeah, I mean, really, it's just a matter of switching out fuel lines and some cables and stuff, but that shouldn't be too hard. Then I'll throw in a new plug just to do it. So let's get started. So I've got the saw back together. The only things I did not put on is the fuel filter, fuel bulb, the carburetor, and the spark plug, along with the fuel line too. Now, I couldn't get the carburetor on because it was just weird with the little choke lever cable thing there. And for some reason now it won't like engage and like actually stay in the on position. So I gotta see what's up with that. Anyways, I think it's time to see if that was the issue and try and start it. So it's been a few hours, and what I had to do is completely reshape the carburetor seal. I had to peel a little bit of it back because it was too small for the carburetor, and the little flapper door for the choke was not able to close all the way, so the choke was not able to stay put. So hopefully it works now, and we'll see if it starts up. So I played with the carburetor a little bit more, and yes, it's the next day. So I played with the carburetor a little bit. I got it to start up and like kind of idle, but I had this top cover off, and in the fuel line right here, I could see air going through. And when I tried to open up the fuel cap, it was like a vacuum. I could not open it. So what I'm gonna do is replace the filter, fill it up with fresh gas, check fuel lines, connections, all that good stuff, and then hopefully we get rid of that issue and it'll run just like it should. So yesterday I did a bunch of trial and error, started up the saw, and of course the camera died, so I lost all that footage. But it did run, it had a nice smooth idle, but it slowly crept back up to where it'd run wide open, and there's nothing you could do. Squeezing the trigger just made it go faster. So I tinkered with it a little bit. Now that the camera has battery, we'll see if it works. So I'm gonna go outside right now and we'll see how it does. So as you guys saw there, the saw actually started up and idled normally, which is good. I adjusted the throttle or the fuel screws a little bit. It's looking better, but yeah, that's the side effects of starting a saw without the little cover on. Anyways, so I think from here, I'll probably just start it a few more times, let it run. I'm not allowed to cut stuff because I'm like, just parent rules and stuff, but I might throw the chain on just to get it tuned for the full throttle so that when I do that I can make sure it's at the right speed, so when I go to sell this or if we keep it, it will run properly. So anyways, yeah, what I'm gonna do is just clean it up. Alright, so I got the saw all cleaned up, all put back together, chains on, all the covers and stuff are on, everything's on it. So I'm just gonna make sure it still runs, and from there, I guess we're pretty much good to wrap up this video or sell it. So yeah, we're gonna go outside right now, make sure it still runs,